Grand Rising, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. This is Lighthouse, where we light the way. My name is Light, and I'd like to thank my A team for allowing me to be a crystal clear channel. This is a story time. This is, I have some notes, but it's not really a reading per se. I wrote down the notes so I could keep my thoughts clear. Like I always tell you, there's a million thoughts in my mind because I channel messages from everywhere. If I go too close to somebody, I can channel their energy as well. But I ask the angels to keep it focused on those people I am able to assist, because it becomes too overwhelming otherwise. So it is story time, but I named it I Grew Up a Fucking Screw Up. It said, I grew up a fucking screw up, got introduced to the game, then fucking blew up. Yeah, well, obviously Biggie, New York, ATL, Biggie and _LIGHTWORKERS is significant. So I'm gonna read some notes. And then, here's always doing its own thing. I'm gonna read some notes and then we can go from there. I'm not gonna pull any cards, but let me see what other thoughts come through when I read the notes. Okay, I grew up a fucking screw up. That's my cat. Always want to be in a video, but always want to be in the video, but you know, making noise in the background, but not in the video. So they say the silent partner is significant. All right, I grew up a fucking screw up. I was a black sheep, and I am a black sheep because, like I tell you, in the chosen, when you're chosen, most often you're a black sheep in your family. I'm the first, but I'm not the last. I was overweight. Growing up, coming up, I was overweight. I did not like to look at myself in the mirror. I did not like taking pictures. Like I said, this was growing up. I feel differently about myself now, as you can see, and as you can hear and feel through my videos, my readings, through my energy. I was overweight. I did not like to look at myself in the mirror, and they're telling me to you know, share this because for a lot of us, you know, we have a lot of similar backgrounds, or at least similar. The stories are similar because we are chosen, and not necessarily chosen, but you know, if you know, you know. I was overweight. My weight fluctuated all my life, as it still does. Spell work. But I'll keep it to a minimum because we already know what it is. I didn't like to look at myself in the mirror. I didn't like taking pictures. I was always made fun of my weight. Like I felt like everybody around me was slim. My sisters didn't make fun of me. But I know other people around me did. And you know how it is. Whether people tell you you're confident, whether people tell you whatever it is, unless you're confident in yourself, you need to feel confident in yourself. You know, I never felt like I fit in, and I understand why now. I was always made fun of my weight, called thunder thighs, tum tessie. My hair, for a while we had, you know, I had straight hair, but then I don't remember, I think fourth grade, we were forced, and I say forced because we fucking hated it. That was not my choice. The story I heard was my mom didn't want to comb any more hair, which is fucked up. 411 is significant. Like I said, what's the 411? Let me know, hon. So we were forced to get Jerry curls that said Soul Glow. I'm coming to America. Look at the significance in that now. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. You guys know how I feel about that. So like I said, I'm just going to keep my thoughts limited to this passage. And then they said passage in church is significant. Yeah, we were, I can't say forced. We were made to go to church, but something about church never sat well with me. And I know why now. Religion versus spirituality. So we had Jerry curls. Let's look at the significance in the soul code now. Stop. No, mama. You always want to, You always want to mess around with my camera when I'm taking videos. And that's significant. Maybe somebody has a pet or is getting an emotional support animal, and as you should. So look at the significance in the soul glow. It says soft sheen. I forgot what the hell that shit was. We had it. And I look back on it now, I can laugh, but that shit was not funny at all. I mean, even though it was stylish, it's a pop style. Just because it was stylish doesn't mean that you have to wear it. Just because it's stylish doesn't mean that you like it. Um, yeah, so we had that. I believe from fourth to sixth grade. Definitely in sixth grade. For sixth grade graduation, we got a perm. Um, and they said for some people, perms. Well, for us, perms is making your shit straight. For other people, it's making it curly. For sixth grade graduation, we got a perm. We got our straight hair back. My thick Jamaican accent was always made fun of. I'm a born Jamaican, which is that group is significant. Jamaican booty scratcher was what we were always called. They showed me a meme that said when American kids, you got mad when, growing up Jamaican is a hashtag. But it showed me a meme that said, you got mad when American kids told you you weren't Jamaican because you wouldn't speak patois for them. That shit made me laugh. Um, yeah, that's significant. All right, let's see. I'm a born Jamaican, meaning, some people know what it means. Some people doesn't. That sounds Jamaican, don't it? That sounds Jamaican. Um, Meaning I was born in America, but I was raised the Jamaican way, born to Jamaican parents. My whole family is Jamaican, both sides, even though my mother's side of the family is Indian, Coolie. Um, my dad's side, my my maternal um, my maternal great grandmother was from Panama, and she didn't speak much English, which is what I understood. She went to Jamaica, had my grandmother, my father's mother, was very, very much so Jamaican, but just Jamaican on both sides. Jamaican booty scratcher was what we were always called. Fourth grade, I got mononucleosis, the kissing disease. And who the fuck was I kissing in fourth grade? I wasn't even confident in myself, much less a boyfriend. Um, yeah, that shit was fucked up. I gotta look into it more now. Um, Fourth grade, I got got the. They said you got the cootie. Yeah, cootie. I had the cooties, but it's kudos to you. They said kudos. Remember that? I think it was a granola bar. It showed me chewy granola bars. Fourth grade, got mononucleosis, the kissing disease. Mind you, who the fuck was I kissing in fourth grade? Nobody. Remember, I told you I wasn't confident in myself. I didn't like myself. I was constantly falling asleep behind this mononucleosis that I was diagnosed with. I was constantly falling asleep. I mean, everywhere, at the dinner table, at school, even walking up the stairs. When I look back on it now, I don't know what it did to anybody else that ever had it, because I feel like this resonates with not many people, but that's very specific because they're telling me it resonates with a few people. So the letter F is significant. Yeah, you get F for fucking failure. F for failure, F for fourth grade. No, y'all did not. In fourth grade, first, second, third. I said nursery school is significant. Our nursery school teachers was Miss Shelley and Miss Nicole. First, second, third grade, we were in Catholic school. I think I wrote that down later in the notes. Fourth and fifth grade, we went to Lutheran school, and then by sixth grade, we were in, I think half of fourth grade, first, second, third, half of fourth grade, we were in PS 68 in the Bronx. And the rest of fourth grade and fifth grade, we were in Lutheran school, back to wearing uniforms for both Lutheran and Catholic school. And then by sixth grade, like I said, we in sixth grade, we moved from Yonkers, from the Bronx to Yonkers. And at that point, we were in public school from then on out. But anyway, I digress. Let me get back to the notes. I was constantly falling asleep everywhere at the dinner table, at school, even walking up the stairs. I now know that was spell work. I mean, who the fuck? Like I said, um, yeah, I now know that it was spell work. I was born with a heart murmur. That's the story I was told. Well, the notes say I had a heart murmur that I was supposedly born with, that I was always getting x-rays for. At least that's the story I was told all these years. God bless what I was actually being taken to do and where I was being taken. For a long time, a lot of us didn't have any memory. They said reach inside your memory bank. A lot of people didn't have any memory of what was happening because of fucking spell work, because of trauma. When your brain is traumatized, when your body is traumatized, your brain protects itself by shattering itself. Soul shards, they said. When your body is traumatized, when your mind is traumatized, your brain protects itself by shattering itself. And for that reason, some people have multiple personality disorder, bipolar disorder. Like I said, just trauma all around until you heal, or not until you heal, unless you heal, until and unless you heal. I was getting x-rays for that. At least that's what I was told all these years. They said x-ray technician is significant. When I became older, I needed to have antibiotics. They said somebody's British. Antibiotics given before any dental work was done because of this heart murmur. Went to Catholic school, like I was saying, Lutheran school, St. Francis, first, second, and third grade. Wow. They said the name of our Catholic school was St. Francis of Assisi, or some people pronounce it Assisi. We had a rosary. We had to learn the rosary. God bless what it is now. I would like to have one, just to have one. But yeah, I think it was the penance of the rosary. Don't get me wrong, but each little bead meant something. They're telling me that in the beginning, and before school, before classes started. Excuse me, before classes started, depending on your grade. Well, at recess, they had boundaries in the schoolyard, right? Look at the significance in it now. Before school, you could go to any boundary. You know what I mean? I think the yard was divided into like 5 sections. Don't get me wrong, maybe 6, maybe even 4. I have no clue. I don't remember. But it was divided into boundaries. You can go anywhere in the beginning of before school started. But when you had recess, you had to stay within your specific boundaries. Okay, patron Saint Francis of Assisi, or Assisi, some people call it. I later learned he's the patron. They said patron, and then they said Patreon is significant. He's the patron saint of the lost, of the underprivileged, and of animals. And look at the significance in that. I'm also an animal medium. I think I mentioned that in one of my videos or two. The ancestors give me the okay. I'm going to be doing animal readings. They said Dr. Doolittle. Yeah, I can speak to animals as well, because when you raise your vibration, higher vibrational beings, I'll speak light language, ancestors and your angels, your air team, translate the messages for you, because not everybody speaks English. There are light workers all over the world, but obviously not everybody speaks English. So it doesn't matter what you speak. If you're speaking in around me, the ancestors will translate it for me to understand. There aren't any. Oh yes, patron saint of the lost, underprivileged, patron saint of animals. Look at the significance in that. Like I was saying, there are never any mistakes. The universe never makes any mistakes. It's only alignment, universal alignment. Everything means something when you look back on things. Like I said, we're here to help each other put the puzzle pieces together. As if being overweight with jerry curls and a thick Jamaican accent wasn't enough. During one recess in fifth grade, while we were playing dodgeball, I will never forget it. We were escorted out of school to be taken to the orthodontist office to get braces. I don't remember how long we had braces. 3 years, I believe. After 3 years of braces, I got a retainer and then a tongue guard. That might be in the wrong order. I can't remember what we had. We had braces, we had retainer, we had tongue guard, and it was just, like I said, as if being overweight with jerry curls and a thick Jamaican accent that I was always being made fun of something. Wasn't enough. We were escorted out of school to be taken to the orthodontist office to get braces. After 3 years of braces, I got a retainer and a tongue guard, and then we had to go back to school that day. Like I said, the trauma. Trauma. Don't you think it's bad enough that we had got braces? Now we had to go back to school that same day. You mean I couldn't even get my shit together to go back to school the next day? And we had to go back to school that same day. When I look back on those times, those were dark times in my life. The school, the Lutheran school, that is, because like I was explaining, first, second, and third grade was St. Francis of Assisi, and that was in the Bronx. The Lutheran school, I cannot remember for the life of me the name of the school. I might have to go look it up. The school, that Lutheran school, fourth and fifth grade, was in Mount Vernon, where I was told we were born. In my teenage years, I discovered that Mount Vernon Hospital, their maternity ward, was shut down. And as an adult, you know, you don't think of certain things at the time, and I'm not going to knock it. Some people do. Some things you think about and it doesn't, you don't, you think about it and you don't really read too much into it. Some things, it doesn't even cross your mind any at all. I said, do I ever cross your mind anytime? They said Brian McKnight, and then they said start back at one. Yeah, that's literally what we're doing, starting back at square one. In my teenage years, I discovered that Mount Vernon Hospital, their maternity ward was shut down. And look at that. Maybe somebody's maternal instincts were turned on or turned off, or whatever the fuck. Maternal is significant. Maternity ward, maternal, whatever, the maternal side of your family is significant. As an adult, during my teenage years, I discovered that Mount Vernon Hospital maternity ward was shut down, and as an adult, I thought it was strange. Like, who the hell shuts down a maternity ward in the middle of a big city? Being on my spiritual journey, I feel like it was set up that way so as for us to never get any true information about where we really came from. Now, like, they're telling me, go back to my your parents are not your parents video, or go back to, I think it was Stolen Baby. I think it was the same video, Stolen Inheritance. Go through my readings and see what resonates with you. These readings are timeless. It doesn't really matter when you find them. If it resonates with you, like I always tell you, pick sense from nonsense. Being on my spiritual journey, I feel like it was set up that way for us to never get any true information about where we really came from. I can tell you, I believe I'm a stolen baby, or at the very least, I didn't belong to my mother biologically. I always thought it was a bit weird that somebody could have twins and have no milk to breastfeed those babies. That's what I was told. Like I said, what I was told. When I always thought it was a little bit weird that somebody could have twins and have no milk to be able to breastfeed. When I look at it now, did we really ever belong to you? Who am I? Still trying to pick up the shattered pieces of my life and I'm still trying to pick up the shattered pieces of my life and make up for it, make a better future for myself and my children. They said, I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. I hated that period in time when everybody was calling their friends their children, their child, their picnic, their offspring, whatever the fuck you want to call it, their kid. My broke best friend. I never agree with that. You speak life into your children. This is the fuck shit that you start from early. They said from day. Yeah, from day is what we call it. West Indians call it, meaning from the gate, from day one, from the start, from the beginning, from the inception. From day You start putting this fuck shit into your children's subconscious mind and wonder why they don't turn out to be shit. These are karmic parents, karmic children, karmic mother and father, karmic babies. Shit that we don't really want to talk about. But like I said, go back to my reading. Beware of the false light workers. I don't give a fuck about you liking me. These are messages that need to be told. It's not about being liked. It's about the truth. Most people don't like the truth. Most people don't stand in their truth, stand in their power. And so your light, when you stand in your own power, your light, excuse me, you hear my voice cracking? Somebody has a sore throat and somebody, they said, let me clear my throat. Somebody has a sore throat. It's always duality. Somebody has strep throat, sore throat. Somebody is not speaking their truth, so their throat always gives them a problem. Said tonsillitis. And some people are speaking the truth like me, and so their blockages are being cleared from their throat chakra. Who am I? I'm still trying to pick up the shattered pieces of my life and make up for it, make a better future for myself and our children. So anyway, hold on. Let's see. So anyway, going back to the 4th grade or 5th grade Lutheran school, this administrator of the school who looked after, and that's in air quotes, the afternoon, excuse me, who looked afternoon, I'm sorry, the administrator at the school who looked after wow. See, somebody's not speaking the truth, so they're jumbled up. They said word search is significant. Yeah, somebody's looking for the words. And then they said crossword puzzle is significant. Somebody's cross, they said hot cross buns. Somebody is cross with you. Like I said, the British is coming through. They said the British are coming, the British are coming. So anyway, this administrator at the school who looked after the after school program, her name was Mrs. Johnson. Another thing, certain things you just never forget. She drove a maroon, they said maroon 5. She drove a maroon Omni hatchback and her hair stayed in a perfect bob, which even back then I thought was fucking strange. You mean to tell me, when I look back on a lot of things that I should not have understood and should not have known, even if I didn't speak up about it, I'm an old soul. And this resonates with a lot of people. We're old souls. That's why a lot of things, when you look back on shit, like, I find this funny. How did I even get the meaning behind it? It takes wisdom to understand what life is about and find the laughter in it. Be able to laugh and find the joy and find the humor in it. Like I always tell you, the ancestors love to laugh. Like I said, even then I thought it was weird. Like her shit was always perfect. Like, what's up with you? You don't have a hair. I mean, not a hair out of place. And I thought that was fucking weird. She drove, her name was Mrs. Johnson. I never forget it. She drove a maroon Omni hatchback and her hair stayed in a perfect bob. Think of Velma on Scooby-Doo. They said those meddling kids. Scooby-Doo, when you look back on anything we used to watch, I'm about to start watching the Thundercats again. Lyrons. Shit that resonates with you when you don't even know why. They said Thundercats, Gem and holograms. Yeah, these motherfuckers is AI, holograms, fake people, soulless vessels, soulless beings. He-Man and She-Ra, I believe, like I told you in another video or two, I believe those were energetic twins, but when you're a child, you don't understand what those are, so they make them twin brother and twin sister, physical twins. And that's significant. I have both. I have, that's why my mission here, the Spirit Babies are showing me the reading, the cards for my last Spirit Baby reading. My mission is important here. Some of us have more than one, and this is exactly why I'm sharing this story. You're not alone. You have your angels and your ancestors to assist you. They are not able to assist you. Your A-team, like I said, and the divine, they're not able to assist you unless you ask for help. Physically ask for help out loud in your dreams. Write it down. Speak it out. Use your throat chakra to communicate. Something about sound. They said the logos, the word, sound. When you speak things out, you write things down, affirmations, of course, but you got to speak them out. Speak your affirmations out as you write them down, because we have free will on this planet. So as much as your A-team and the divine would like to assist you, they may not unless you ask for it. I will never forget her, that car, or that okay, wait. The afternoons, they said afternoon, they said Saturday morning cartoons, Scooby-Doo. And then they said the afternoon, after school specials, those the little shows they used to give. And then they showed me The More You Know. They said Reading Rainbow. Her name was Mrs. Johnson. She drove a maroon Omni hatchback, and her neighbor, I'll get there because neighbor is significant. She drove maroon Omni hatchback, and her hair stayed in a perfect bob. Think Velma on Scooby Doo, and I will never forget her, that car, or her stinking ass grandson who was sexually abusing us at the time. And as I said, and I said at the time because he was one of many throughout my life, and I'll never forget his name. His name was Lamont. They said they shot up this Chinese restaurant for this kid named Lamont. Staten Island is significant. They said RZA, Jizza, Old Dirty Bastard, Inspector Deck, Wu-Tang is significant. And it always is, because I always tell you, they. That's a whole story for another day. They said like a 27th-inch Zenith, believe it. Excuse me. Somebody is speaking the truth. Somebody is through me speaking mine and other people is an inspiration to others who want to speak their own truth. You see what's going on in the news too right now. Me too. A lot of people say that this video is going on far longer than I expected, but I feel like people need to hear it. And some people don't want to hear it, but again, they're not on your path. They're not on your vibration. It doesn't matter. In my last video, I said, think twice before you give a fuck. It doesn't matter who hurt you in terms of it being your responsibility to heal. You not forgiving people only eats away at you like a cancer. Inside, most of these people are hurt. They hurt people. They don't give a fuck about it. So for you to heal, to move on, for you to forgive somebody for yourself, it doesn't mean that you have to reconnect, and it doesn't mean that even if you do reconnect that you have to reconcile. It doesn't mean any of those things. Forgiveness is for you. I'll never forget, her stinking ass grandson who was sexually abusing us at the time. And I said at the time because he was one of many throughout my life. And like I said, neighbors, family, co-workers, people at school, people that you were supposed to trust. This is significant. And as I said at the time, because he was many throughout my life, as an adult, I now know that he was clearly getting abused. Like I said, hurt people, but as a child, you don't understand. As an adult, I now know that he was clearly getting abused as well, because in 5th grade, we're like, what, 10? He couldn't have been no older than 14 or 15. I don't know if she knew, Mrs. Johnson, the grandmother, but come on now, who doesn't see shit like that? You know, these motherfuckers been turning a blind eye. Failure to keep us protected. Give me 1 second. See, anytime. Okay, hold on. I'm just trying to make sure that I get all these notes. Yeah, I got all the notes that I wrote down, because anytime I write notes down and then I put them down, they always get lost. Okay, so states that are significant: Delaware, South Dakota, Indiana, Alaska, Mississippi, Arizona, Minnesota, Connecticut, Washington, and of course, Philadelphia, which I believe I was born, and New York is significant. Let me see. Florida, Vermont, New York always comes out, Maine, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Louisiana, New Jersey, Oregon. I said the Oregon Trail is significant. Remember, I used to play that game. Anyway, like I said, I'm sharing this. This is always, I have several story times, have a story to tell. Like Biggie said, we got a story to tell. I'm going to watch that video again. I have so much to say. They said when there are no more words left to say, somebody, whoever doesn't speak out the truth is going to continue to have a problem. Now, granted, you don't have to get online and speak your truth like I do. I just called to do this. This is my calling. But you get a notebook, you write it down, decide the Dear Diary. Write it down. Write your thoughts down. Speak it into, they said, a tape recorder of this. Therapy is imperative. Therapy is imperative. A lot of people don't go to therapy because of the people around you. But again, we're healing. So if these people around you don't want you to heal, it's because they're the motherfuckers that either, when like I said, we're complicit in doing this shit, or see something and didn't say something, that's a video of mine as well. We're here speaking out for ourselves, our ancestors. We're also speaking out for people, the voiceless. Book of the Dead is significant right now because that's what it is. Libra's reign of Libra's Ma'at's reign of terror is another reading of mine. Yes, it said Terror Squad, Creep Squad. Parkchester, Bronx is always significant. Like I said, Connecticut, New York. It said New Haven, Mott Haven. It's always significant. Doesn't matter where you come from. It's your responsibility to heal yourself if you want to move forward in these timelines. If you want to have, I had to get rid of certain people as I speak about throughout my videos because my children deserve more. They don't deserve the poison that I was dished out. And for some people, like I said, sixth sense. Yeah, the number 6 just came out. Your sixth sense is your intuition. It's your gut. When people feed you, a lot of people was realizing their food was poison. Like, look at this spell work. Today's Tuesday, thankful Tuesday, but it's Sunday because I felt like putting it on. I've always been going against the grain, and for those people wondering, I am dark feminine and I am light feminine. It is when you balance both. It is when you do the shadow work. Like I said, beware of the false light workers that want to tell you about love and light. Love and light bullshit. It's not all about love and light. Oh, you're negative all the time. But you don't understand what true spirituality is about. It's about the balance. It said the seesaw is significant. It's about the balance, duality. It's not either or. It's both. Just because one thing is true doesn't negate another thing being true. I am both dark feminine and light feminine because I am healed and continue to do so every day. My rising sign is Libra. Like I was saying, it's the weighing of the heart. This is what's happening right now. In Egyptian mythology, if, like I said, the deceased, the decedent, they said dearly departed, we're gathered here today. I had to dearly depart from my demonic bloodline to start new high vibrational bloodlines because my children didn't deserve the poison that I was served figuratively and quite literally. And which is one of the reasons, like I said, spell work and all sorts of shit, why my weight always went up while you're not clear-headed. If you're not sure about anything, ask your angels, step aside, take some time to yourself. Peace be still. When you are quiet, a lot of people want you, there's so many friends that I have that were on my journey or was supposed to be on my journey, the little engine that could but didn't because these motherfuckers around you, family, excuse me, your A1s are not your day ones. Like I said, family, relatives, two different things. These motherfuckers know who you are before you know who you are and try to keep you off that path. It's especially hard. Not to say it's not hard for females, but it's especially hard for males because society tells us to put mommy on a pedestal, and mommy should be on a pedestal. But when mommy is not healed, so many other readings are coming up that said motherless child is a past life reading. When mommy is unhealed, when mommy is toxic, when mommy is satanic, when mommy is demonic, when mommy is wicked, when mommy is hateful, when mommy is vengeful, you already see society as it is now. That's dark, divine, feminine, karmic, feminine, black widow, Jezebel spirit. And that's what I had to break from because, like I said, again, the third time, and 3 is the number 3, significant, a trinity. I had to heal myself and I had to heal my bloodlines. Anybody coming out of my blood, any being born into my bloodline right now is at zero karma because of the work that I have done. I have healed myself and continue to do so. So my children are healed. Their karma is clear. It wasn't easy. But like I said, it's harder I feel that might be a judgment. That it's harder for males because so many people put their mommy on a pedestal. When mommy, you don't realize these mommies want you as their husband. They treat their son as a husband. They never had, emotional incest. For some people, physical incest is just sick shit. And they cover it up by, poisoning your food, spell work. Like I said, when the brain is injured, when the body is injured, the brain fractures itself, and those are soul shards. That's not healed. All those shards, like a broken piece of glass, How can you see anything clearly? Think of a physical piece of broken glass. How can you see anything clearly? It's distorted. Like a funhouse mirror, the image is distorted. You have to get a whole new motherfucking mirror to be able to see clearly. They say, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. Yeah. I have so much other things to say, but start healing yourself. It isn't easy, but it's worth every bit of it. My children deserve more. They're showing me a meme that I have on my thing. They say you want to die for your child. And that's what I said. We have never been the same. You want to die for your child. So many, oh, I would die for my child. You are dying when you don't heal, and you're killing your child slowly. They said killing him softly. I want to live for my child. And to that end, I had to, like I said, be in hermit mode for the last 6-7 years. Healing myself, being still. Had to separate myself from the crowd so I could see. They said the in crowd. They said the get along gang. I don't give a fuck who I'm in with or who I get along with. I had to heal myself. I had to heal my shards. I had to piece myself back together, the puzzle pieces, like I said. I had to get out the rat race, get off the labyrinth, get the monkey off my back. So my children deserve more. And I want to live for myself, and I want to live for my child. And this is what healing enables you to do. There's several more videos to come. Like I said, I could be laying dead in a coffin, which is what a lot of people want, but not this lifetime. And I'll still be getting these messages, so no attack is gonna, no, they said no leaf left unturned. No attack is going to not be sent back. It's returned to sender. Like I said, look up the Egyptian mythology and the weighing of the heart and the book of the dead. We are in the afterlife right now. You are in the afterlife. Anytime that you heal yourself, you start a new life. Just because you're still in your physical body does not mean that you haven't died to the old and woken up to the new. I hope this helps somebody, because speaking out always helps somebody, and it helps you as well. Like I said, it doesn't always have to be physically speaking out. Speak to a counselor. If you have narcissistic abuse injury, like me, a survivor of narcissistic abuse, make 100% sure that the counselor has that background, or they understand it because they've been through it themselves and they decided to heal it. That's the only way that somebody else will understand, because it's like a double whammy. You speak to somebody, oh, that's your mother, that's your father, that's your family members. You know, what are you going to do without them? That's like a double whammy, that you have been hurt. Then you speak to somebody who it wants to downplay what you've been through. That's just like, you know, reopening the wound all over again. So make sure you have somebody that understands what narcissistic abuse is, and like I said, either has that background or they've been through it themselves. And really and truly, that's the only way that you could have that background, been through it themselves. How the fuck can you teach somebody about anything? How can you take somebody someplace that you've never been? And think about that. Speak it out. Speak it to your counselor. Speak it to your child. They're telling me to remind you, your child, your children, your significant other. They're not your therapist. They're not your therapist. A lot of people, just because you're married or in a significant relationship, your child, just because of the close relationship, you know, this is what we're talking about. We are raised with blurry or no boundaries. So we're raised to disregard red flags. Your child, children, your significant other, husband, boyfriend, fiance, your parents, most of all, they are not your therapist. Go to therapy. Get this healed. Speak to your notebook. Write it down. Speak to your, like I said, the tape recorder. Record it. Don't let anybody listen to it, because that's your business. You're grown. This is your life, but it's time to take control. It's time to take back control. They're showing me Oklahoma. Yeah, The Outsiders. I love that movie. The Outsiders. That's who we are. And then you're going to be outside of yourself. Some people are beside themselves. Like I said, twins are significant. No, you want to be beside your twin, not beside yourself, unhealed. And so this is what healing allows you to do. Reconnect with people who are also healed. When you are unhealed, you draw in people that are also unhealed. When you don't love you, you draw in people that are you, like a magnet. You connect with people that don't love you either. Fake love, false love. And when you're surrounded all your life by fake love, when somebody's showing you true love, real healing, self-acceptance, self-forgiveness, self-reliance, it all seems fake. Like I said, I am both dark and light feminine because I am healed. My shadow side has been integrated because I am healed. You cannot operate from light only or dark only, because that creates imbalance, and that's what most people are, imbalance on this earth plane. And we came to fix things. You guys be well. I will definitely be seeing you soon. Take care of yourself. I said take care of you.